So today's video is going to be covering this case with the reservist from Florida. It was Major, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the Major from Florida who chose that not to go to active duty because he didn't feel that he would be serving properly because he doesn't feel that Obama is a citizen.
The Uniform Code of Military Justice, Section 804, Article 4, dismissed officers' right to trial by court-martial. Section A. If any commissioned officer dismissed by order of the President makes a written application for trial court-martial setting forth under oath that he has been wrongfully dismissed, the President, as soon as practicable, shall convene a general court-martial to try that officer on the charges which he was dismissed. A court-martial so convened has jurisdiction to try the dismissed officer on those charges, and shall be considered to have waived the right to plead any statute of limitations applicable to any offense of which he is charged. The court-martial may, as part of its sentence, adjudge the affirmance of the dismissal, but if the court-martial acquits the accused, or if the sentence is adjudged as finally approved or affirmed, does not include dismissal or death, the Secretary concerned shall substitute for the dismissal order by the President a form of discharge authorized for the administrative issue. In layman's terms, basically that's saying if an officer such as the Major is dismissed because of his reaction to something in the UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice, it has to be acted upon by the President himself. And if he is found guilty or found not guilty, it has to be stated in record, but that's the lay of the law.
What's unusual about this case is he didn't get court-martialed and there will be no trial, and that there apparently was also pressure on his employer to have him dismissed from his civilian job.
As for Section D, if an officer is discharged from any armed force by administrative action or is dropped from the rolls by order of the President, he has no right to trial under this article.
There.
What this means is, if this was brought to UCMJ court, the court would be closed. There's no civilians allowed, there's no press allowed, there's nobody outside of the people appointed by UCMJ action, by the adjutant court, as present in the court trial. That means if the President proved his citizenship and the Major was proven wrong, nothing can be said outside the court. The Major would be dismissed from duty, put off, and there'd be nothing more said. At that point, the President could say, he is gone because I've proven my citizenship. They just stepped over that happening. The Major wasn't even allowed a military trial. Now, if they had a military trial and the President was proven wrong, that would prove the Major's point. He would have retained his position with the military and the President would be taken down. Thus, the Secretary of Defense would have taken charge of the situation at that point. Our Vice President would be pushed up into the presidency mark. It's funny to be looking at this going through. It's all being pushed out on a weekend where the stories won't be covered at this point in time, except for those of us that actually run through the information. I've been on military.com. It was buried at the bottom, all the way behind. I had to actually search for the article on military.com to find anything about it. It's not made any local papers. It's barely made any kind of national news. You have to really look for it to see what's being said. And the funny part is, this goes to the core of what our military system is based on. If you are given an unlawful order by a superior, it is your job to stand against it. The Major did what he thought was a lawful move and is being penalized for it. He put his whole career on the line over something that he believed to be completely justifiable. We shouldn't just dismiss this.